everyone. My name is Funke Bucknor-obruthe and I'm starting a lovely series. It's going to be called Funke Says. You know how it is that you've been planning events, you've been planning all kinds of events, and then you just have like tips and ideas and advice, I think, from my little me anyway, just to help you plan your events along the way. So today we're just going to be talking about, now that you got engaged, what's next? I just got engaged, what's next? So excited, I'm excited for you, just got engaged. Yippee! Hey! Show them your ring. So the first thing is to do when you just got engaged is that you need to make the announcement. Go and tell your friends, your family, your cousins, your uncles, tell your enemies that you just got engaged. Show them the ring, show it up, just turn your hand like this and just show it up. So of course, now that you've gotten engaged, what's the next thing? You have to come back to reality now. So what do we do next? The first thing I always tell people to do is think about what kind of wedding do you want to have? What kind of wedding? How do you want the wedding to be? You have to think of the guest list. Is it going to be a wedding that's going to be with 1,000 people? Is it a wedding that's going to be 500 people? Is it going to be intimate? Is it going to be a destination wedding? Is it going to be a wedding that's going to be in Nigeria? Is it going to be a wedding that is just going to be very secretive? You don't want people to know that you're even getting married. Or are you going to have a really big traditional engagement? Or are we going to have a small wedding? Or is it going to be a small reception or a big reception or a small traditional engagement? You need to decide. You need to sit down with the groom, sit down with your family and decide what kind of wedding you want to have. Then after that, you also now have to think, this wedding I want to have, what season are we going to have it in? Is it going to be in December when everybody comes home and you know that all your friends always come home? But you know what? Getting married in December is also very expensive for Nigeria. You know that a lot of people need lead time to be able to get married in Nigeria in December. I know that that's actually one of the most expensive periods in Nigeria. So you need to think about it and say, you know what? Is it going to be in December? If it's going to be in December, you need to tell all your friends, everybody that is going to come, your cousins, your family, you need to give them lead time. You need to tell them at least 6 months in advance so that they can actually plan their coming. Now, also, do you want to have the wedding in June? If it's June or July, you know that it's a rainy season in Nigeria. So that means that you can't have an outdoor wedding. So that your idea of a garden wedding, you need to throw that out of the window. So you need to think, is it going to be June or July? Or is it February, the month of love? That means that everybody is going to be in that excitement, that month of love. Everybody's in the mood for love. Is it going to be that period? So you kind of like need to decide the season that you want to have the wedding, the period that you want to have the wedding, so that it actually helps everything to tie in. And then of course, after that, what happens? You have to come to reality a bit. What do I mean? Who pays for what? In Nigeria, the normal context for everything is that when it comes to the Yoruba wedding, when it's the bride and the groom are both Yoruba, the bride pays for the wedding, the engagement, the reception, the bride pays for everything. But the thing about it is that now things are changing. Of course, if it's an Igbo wedding, you know that the groom pays. But now that there's a lot of intertribal marriages going on in Nigeria as well, you need to sit down and say, who pays for what? So is it going to be the groom's family that will pay for this? Is it going to be the bride's family? You need to decide. What does the groom pay for? What does the bride pay for? What do their families pay for the bride and the groom's family? You need to decide that. So it's very key. And then of course, when you decide and then you know that, okay, this is how it's going to work, what's the next thing? The next thing now you need to do is call your wedding planner. So I hope we've been able to help you. For those of you that just got engaged, for those of you that are just thinking of, even for those of you that are anticipating the proposal, just know that, hey, it's not all just about getting engaged. There are a lot of things that you need to think about when he proposes. Thank you, and that's all today from Funke Says.